Hello everyone. Yesterday we had discussed about the few points of human digestive system. Yes students, our food had reached to the stomach yesterday. Let's recall the previous topic, that is when we take the food in through our mouth, then teeth are helping us to break that food into small particles. That process is known as mastication. After that, the food is getting converted into bolus because salivary gland secretes saliva, and that saliva mix in the food and convert it in the form of bolus. Now that bolus is the semi-solid form of the food which helps the food to transfer through a narrow tube. That narrow tube is known as esophagus. Esophagus is following a process of peristalsis, that is the expansion and contraction of the walls of esophagus to transfer or to swallow the food in the stomach. Nothing is happening in the esophagus, means no digestion, no secretion, no digestion takes place in the esophagus. Esophagus is establishing just a pathway. It just helps to establish a connection between the mouth and the stomach. See, it means it is just a road which is transferring food from one place to another. No other role is played by esophagus in the digestion process. Now the food is reached in the stomach, where few gastric juices and dilute hydrochloric acid is released from the glands, small glands, which is present in the inner wall of the stomach. And this hydrochloric acid used to kill the bacteria and microorganisms which enter with the food in the stomach, and the gastric juices convert the bolus in the chyme. This chyme, now what is chyme? Chyme is the more liquefied form of the food. Means now the food is converted in more liquefied form, more small particles. It means the energy which is releasing, which we want from the food, is easy to release. That's why. Now students, this chyme will enter in the small intestine. Means when food is coming out through the mouth, it is in the form of bolus, and the food is going in the small intestine, it is in the form of chyme. Repeat the word chyme. Now students, before going deep in the topic further or starts with the today's lecture, let's me bring your attention towards an advertisement which is given by Shilpa Shetty. I think you must have seen an advertisement of Yakul, where she used to say that our 70% of the precious material is lying in a room, and we have to take care of it by drinking the Yakul. In that advertisement, she is showing the importance of a small intestine. Means our 70% of the digestion takes place in a small intestine only. That's why she is showing the importance. Now students, I am not doing any type of campaigning to drink the Yakul. I just want to bring your attention and to explain the importance of a small intestine properly. That's why I am using that advertisement as an example. Now, before starting the process of digestion, what is going on over there? First of all, you have to understand that the small intestine is very large, but still we are calling it as a small intestine because it is lying in the spiral form in our stomach and forming a forming complex coiled structure. Due to this complex coiled structure, small intestine is occupying very less space. Although it is very long, but still it is occupying very less space. That's why, due to its occupancy, we are calling it as a small intestine. Otherwise, it is very large. And we are calling a large intestine that large intestine is not that much large, but it is occupying more space. That's why on the basis of the space occupied, we are calling them as large and small. Clear everyone? Yes. As I said to you that small intestine is very large, but that's why we are dividing the name of small intestine into 3 types. The first part of the small intestine is known as duodenum. Yes, that duodenum is establishing a connection between the small intestine and the stomach, or we can say the part which is part of a small intestine which is attached with the stomach is known as duodenum. The middle part of the small intestine is known as jejunum. Jejunum. And the last part which established a connection between rectum and small intestine is known as ileum. Yes, students. Now most of the digestion of food, or we can say the assimilation of food, takes place in the duodenum only, means the first part of small intestine. Later on, the absorption of food takes place. Why I am using these 2 terms, assimilation and absorption? As this is the part of holozoic mode of nutrition. See students, first of all, we have to take the food in, that is ingestion. Second, the food starts break into small particles from the mouth itself, and it is still continued. Still it is getting break and break and break. So it means digestion is going on, and when the chyme is formed, means now the absorption part starts. That's why this is the 3rd step of holozoic mode of nutrition. After that, assimilation of food takes place, 4th step of holozoic mode of nutrition. And then egestion, means whatever the waste released in the process of digestion is get excreted through the rectum or anus. That's why that is known as egestion. This is the 5-step process which is a very complex and followed in the human body. Okay students, now let's continue with the digestion part. See, our food is converted into chyme now by the release of gastric juices. See students, here in this diagram, this is known as the darker part is the liver, and it is connected with the end of stomach. See here, this is the darker part and it is connected with the liver. This is the starting point of a small intestine. Whatever the juice is secreted by the liver is released in the duodenum, and the juice which is released from the liver is known as bile juice. Remember this name, it can come in one word form, that bile juice is released from, or we can say the juice released from the liver is known as. This question can come in any of the form. Okay, now means bile juice is releasing out from the liver and it is releasing in the small intestine, duodenum part. Now what is the role of gallbladder then? See students, liver is secreting bile juice every time, but that bile juice is stored in the gallbladder, and gallbladder is releasing that bile juice time to time. It is the storage part of bile juice which is formed by liver only. So gallbladder is releasing the bile juice when our body need it. Okay, one more thing is clear to you at this point. See, the digestion of fats start in the last, that is in the small intestine. That's why it is the most important and highest source of energy, because it is stored in our body for long time in all the nutrients, among all the nutrients, whether it is carbohydrates, proteins. But fats take more time and it is stored for longer time. And the digestion of fat starts in small intestine last. Okay, now although the final digestion of all the food nutrients, whether it is protein, carbohydrates or protein, takes place in duodenum only, whatever the material is left. See, if we are eating the complex food items, we are eating paneer, we are eating pizzas, burgers, it means we are eating heavy items, heavy food items, and it may takes a lot of energy and time to digest. That's why such type of digestion will get complete in the small intestine. I think it is clear for you. You can easily observe when we are eating such type of heavy items, then we feel full for long time. And if we are eating fruits, juices, we will feel hungry earlier in comparison to them. Okay? Because such type of simple foods, that is fruits, juices, will digest easily. Their digestion may complete in the stomach or in the duodenum only. They will not going to be stored in our body. That's why. Now students, see, in the duodenum, the bile juice is releasing out. See, now the other thing which is lying below the stomach labeling, that is pancreas. Pancreas are releasing a juice. The name of that juice is pancreatic juice. That pancreatic juice is also releasing in the small intestine, that is the duodenum part. Now that pancreatic juice, what is the role? See, the role of pancreatic juice is to help in the digestion of proteins and carbohydrates. Okay students, pancreatic juice deals with the digestion of proteins and carbohydrates. Now students, now let me bring your attention towards a disease that is known as diabetes. See students, diabetes, you must have seen some diabetic patient at your home, because it is really a very common disease. In that disease, the pancreas are not functioning properly. And if the patient is eating the heavy foods all the time, then it may take time in the digestion. And if the food is not digested properly, it means the blood will get infected all the time. And the person is not getting energy also. Reason is that the food is not digesting, and if the food is not digested, we will not get energy. That's why the role of pancreatic juice is very important, and in the body of a diabetic patient, the pancreas are not functioning properly. Means they are not releasing the pancreatic juice. Clear everyone? And both these juices are released in the duodenum part of a small intestine. Now what will happen in duodenum? See, now assimilation is done, absorption is done. Now assimilation takes place in duodenum. Now what is assimilation? Whatever the food is absorbed by the body, or whatever the breakdown takes place, and whatever the energy is released. Now that energy is going to transfer to different parts of the body. Now that transfer of energy according to the requirement of the organ. See, if heart needs some energy, if brain needs some energy, if our muscles need some energy, then that energy is supplied. Means the assimilation of food, the distribution of energy. Clear? That is known as assimilation. Now students, I think the meaning of all these words are clear to you all. Now the next thing which is happening after the assimilation of food, the collection of waste. See students, now before the collection, one more important thing is happening in our body. Have you observed that vendor is supplying sugarcane juice to you? Have you ever drink that sugarcane juice? If you haven't, then drink it later on after the lockdown. Yes, students, see, that sugarcane vendor used to do what? He used to pass the sugar canes through a machine, and from where the juice is coming out. Later on, he used to do what? He used to fold that used sugar cane and again passed it to the to the juicer. Then whatever the juice left in that sugar cane are releasing out, means the complete absorption of that sugar cane. See here in the duodenum, one thing is happening. This duodenum used to check whatever is coming in this part. See, if any of the energy is left in that food, duodenum will refold that food and absorb whatever the energy is left over there. And then that dried, then unused, rough material, waste material used to pass to the large intestine. Before that, duodenum and ileum will not pass any of the material to the large intestine. Now large intestine is collecting the waste, storing the waste, and absorbing the water which is present in that waste material. And then waste is separating out and released out through the anus and rectum. It gets stored in the rectum and released out through anus. Anus is the opening which helps to release the waste produced during the digestion out of our body. Okay, students? This is the whole process of digestion. I think the process of digestion you people are unable to understand in a single time. Later on, we will revise it time to time. No need to worry. Whatever you people are getting, it's enough for you for the first time. No need to get panic. We are not getting it. What is this? It's very complex. No need to worry at all. Okay? We will do it again and again. Okay? Now start writing one question as your classwork. Open your notebooks fast. Yes, short question number 6. A bread tastes sweet while it is being swallowed. Why? A bread tastes sweet while it is being swallowed in why? See, now write down the answer. Bread tastes sweet because bread is made up of starch and saliva contain enzyme amylase which help in the digestion of starch. So, starch break into maltose, which is a simpler sugar and gives the sweet taste. Clear, everyone? Write it down quickly. This is the only classwork, this question you have to do in your notebook, and no homework for today. Okay? No homework. No need to ask it again and again, what is the homework, what is the homework. Okay? It is clear, no homework for today. Okay, students? Thank you, everyone.